Today on the Topping Show, Steven Crowder makes history and re-platforms Alex Jones and more. Threads users crashed by 82%. A whistleblower shows Best Buy manager training does not allow for white applicants. Twitter new ad rules rolling out. Twitter also fined $350,000 for protecting Trump. IKEA is opening up a new store in San Francisco. Minnesota has deflation through the housing market manipulation. Kevin McCarthy demands Joe Biden's bank statements. Target adds Starbucks pickup. Zoom apologizes for AI data spying. WeWork stock drops 40%. UPS on track to give drivers $170,000 per year in a mixture of pay and benefits. And Detroit's big three automotive companies versus the UAW as negotiations heat up. All of that and much more on The Topping Show. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of Topping Show is sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Gotta say he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or a business owner, need a little assistance, you can reach the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also, don't forget, we're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of August, so if you could click that button, I'd greatly appreciate it. Now, going over to the business part of the podcast, you have Target adding Starbucks for their pickup capabilities. Will it reverse the boycott? Perhaps. I would say most likely not. Target had a little bit of a controversy over the summer where they decided to carry some satanic merchandise, and I don't mean that in terms of metaphorical or being hyperbolic. They actually hired a designer from the UK who was a profound Satanist who actually had pins with the word and description of Satan, albeit in very poor quality. And yeah, for some reason that rubbed conservatives and some people in the middle the wrong way. They also had swimsuits which were designed for the growing market of the trans community, but having that right next to the kids stuff also didn't make many parents happy. So there's a big blowback. The boycott is not on par or the same level that we've seen with the Bud Light boycott, which is exponentially fiscally hurting that company. They just had to sell 8 of their brands of the 52 in their portfolio of Anheuser-Busch and Bev. So it wasn't to that extent, but I still, anecdotally speaking, seeing their stock went down a little bit. And it looks like some people have moved away from Target. Because again, Target is a luxury. You do not need to shop at Target. It's one of those things where Walmart works just fine for all the staples you need in your life. But unfortunately, many Americans forget the difference between a necessity and a nice have or a luxury is quite different. But all of that aside, it looks like Target is trying to increase their revenue of products that actually make them money. Now, it looks like they're going to be adding Starbucks food and drink orders to more than 1,700 stores, and they'll have both in-store cafes as well as drive-up curbside service. Now, like pretty much every grocery store or hybrid store, whatever you want to call them, classify it as, they're struggling to get their profits back up. That's because grocery stores, in terms of an industry, their profit margins are about 2%, which in business that is terrible because just a little fluctuation and you're losing money, a little bit more and you're out of business. That's why anecdotally, or just look online, there's not a lot of startups in the grocery store business. Pretty much every grocery store that Americans shop at has been around for 40, 50, 60, 70 plus years. I mean, you look at Target, they've been around for, I believe, about 90 or 100 years. They're headquartered over in Minnesota. You've got Walmart, again, they've been in business well over 50 years, headquartered over Bentonville, Arkansas. You have Fry's Groceries, which is usually more in California. They've been around forever. They actually, same family started the Fry's electronics store. And then you also have Kroger, and I believe they were at Kroger actually was before Walmart. I only know that because I read Sam Walton's book, but actually that should be enough evidence right there. There's not a lot of startups, and they're becoming more and more computerized in terms of all the mechanization and trying to compete with each other as they have automated delivery services. But going back to the point of only 2% of the groceries, that's nothing. You can barely keep the lights on, yet alone expand the company. So all these companies we've seen throughout the years, they're adding more products that are not food, but they're more profitable. That's why Walmart, you look at the store, they've got electronics, they've got clothing, they've got sporting goods. Pretty much darn near everything you need is at a Walmart. Same with Target, just a little bit more, pretty more expensive in my opinion, but same thing. They have clothing, they have sporting goods, they have automotive stuff, electronics. So they're trying to offset that. And if you look at the trends of what shoppers are doing lately, there's a big decrease on the durable products. The durable products being things that last more than a week. So all these stores are trying to really push out more profitable things. You know, Starbucks is pretty profitable in and of itself, And perhaps they'll also think they'll be able to get more of the Starbucks crowd. They've had a few stores inside Target throughout the years, and Target, they definitely need to have something draw them in the store, because in retail, one of the hardest things of any retail establishment is getting people in the door. That's, many people would argue that's more than half the battle. Getting those incentives, getting those marketing, getting the allure of having someone come to your physical establishment is increasingly difficult these days as e-commerce has flourished and more and more people are staying at home. So perhaps this will help them increase their revenue by a little bit, and more importantly, their profitability, as they're struggling with that as well. But in terms of the business move, I think it's a pretty good idea. The people who shop at Target already probably the same demographics in terms of they don't mind spending $6, $12, $18, $25 on a cup of coffee. I kid, I have no idea how much those things go for these days. I just know most of them are basically just a candy bar and a cup. So personally, not my cup of tea, or in this case, not my cup of coffee. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. We're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of August, so if you click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, don't forget to take the time to like and subscribe and comment. The comments help the channel grow and develop, and greatly appreciate them. Also, don't forget to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.